50 things Jerk said in another language, according to Reddit. Number 50. I was in an elevator going back up to my apartment after working out some 2 years ago, and I had a man bun at the time. There were 6 other guys in the elevator speaking Arabic, so I just listened, as I usually do. Then one of the guys says, "Haha, look at this guy's hair. It's ridiculous." And I turn around and respond, "You want to say that again?" The 5 other dudes proceed to die of laughter, with one of them screaming, "I knew you were Arab. I knew you were Arab." I ended up laughing alongside them, to their one friend who felt super awkward. Well, for clarification for those who may be a little confused, the question being asked in this AskReddit... Ow. Forgive me, let's try that again. The question being asked in this AskReddit thread is, multilingual Redditors, what is your "they didn't know that you spoke their language" story? So, I'm wondering if I'm not loud enough or if the music is too loud. Maybe a bit of both. So I'll turn myself up, and here we go up this list. Number 49. I was in Paris and overheard these 2 women mocking me for being a fat American pig. I turned to them and smiled sweetly and said, "Je parle français, vous chatez." I speak French, you cunts. That shut him up. He says he did use Google Translate. Fluency and comprehension are 2 very different things. You should hear my Swahili. Oh my god, can you not? As we travel up number 48, I was riding the metro in Montreal, and my car was pretty quiet except for a family presumably on vacation from the States. They were having a loud conversation in English about how they were a bit lost. The wife was demanding that the husband ask someone on the train for help, but he was refusing because he only knew a couple of French words and no one would understand him. Little did they know that probably a third of the Montrealers are Anglophone or allophone, and that most of the Francophones on the metro that day would have at least understood a simple request for directions. Finally, the husband walks over to someone on the car to ask for help. Before he can get 2 words out, the person who would have heard their entire previous conversation responded in perfect English, "The next stop is the one you want." The whole car snickered a little bit as the realization washed over the family that maybe people in Montreal speak a bit more English than they realized. Do you realize? Number 47. I speak fluent German, and traveling is a nightmare. No matter where I bump into Germans complaining about shit and making really culturally condescending comments. I was in New York waiting for... Let's turn that down. I was in New York waiting to go up to the Empire State Building, and there were a family of Germans complaining that the aircon was too high, that it cost too much to go up there, and that the wait is too long. That they hope there won't be too many Asians taking photos. Like, nobody forced them to do anything. They could have left. I just don't get people like that. Welcome to the world. Bing bang. As we roll up, we arrive at number 46. I was with my French friend in a corner shop when he was visiting me in Manchester, UK. His English is really bad, so we were speaking French. 2 guys were behind us in the queue. My friend told me he wanted to try and speak English to the guy on the till, so I let him. He asked for something in broken English, and the till guy didn't understand him, so he asked him to repeat it. At this point, the guy behind us were getting frustrated, and one of them said, "Fucking foreigners, they should go home to where they came from." I turned around and told him that I am home, and he's trying his best, and told him that they were assholes. The second guy seemed embarrassed, like he didn't share the same views though. I don't understand people like that at all. They go to Spain on holiday and speak English to everyone, and when someone visits their country and try to speak, it's still not good enough. Well, for some people, it's never good enough, baby. Hello to everybody in the stream chat. Looks like somebody's getting timed out. That's interesting. I wonder what they did. I'm sure it was justified. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 45. I once worked as a door-to-door salesman for a concentrated multi-surface cleaner made from enzymes or some such. I get it. People don't like being bugged at home, but just tell me that and I'll be on my way. You need to be told that, nigga? Anyway, sorry for bugging you at home. Don't lie to me. This one guy one day interrupted my pitch with "No hablo inglés." So I backtracked, apologized, and began my sales pitch completely in Espanolish. When he heard a couple of sentences of this, he said, "No thank you, we don't want any cleaner." To which I replied, "No hablo inglés." Guys, it's no habla inglés. What the fuck? I love no hablo. That's my life now. No hablo life. Let me put that somewhere. Hold on there. Excuse me. No hablo life. There it is. No hablo life, baby. Shit. No hablo life. As we continue up to number 44, American expat in...
It is hablo, isn't it?
Habla.
Pretty sure it's hablo for the first person.
I didn't know that hablo even worked. For real. I didn't know that hablo worked at all. I thought it was always habla. No habla inglés. So what's the difference? What's the difference, Spanish speakers in the chat? What's the diff between hablo and habla? We gonna learn some shit tonight, boy. As we travel up to number 44, American expat in Thailand. I have a beard. On many occasions, people will say something like monkey, monkey, or you want a banana, or other similar comments. Most times, I just ignore it as I don't want people to know I speak some Thai. Once, after an excessive amount of monkey comments, I smiled at the people, 2 young girls, about 14 or so, and said monkeys don't have blue eyes. Monkeys have black eyes, just like you two. They were speechless. Ooh. That's enough. Oh boy. Are people answering my question? Emmy says habla is she doesn't. Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Hablo would be I don't. It's the conjugation.
So it's she doesn't?
Yeah, it's like he or she doesn't.
But it can be he as well.
Yes, it can be he or she. He or she doesn't speak. Does not speak.
Habla, he, she. Hablo?
Hablo is just
I or myself.
Yeah, I do not speak.
No hablo inglés.
Yeah, that means I do not speak English.
So when asking another person, you would say habla inglés. What a world. What a world. You know, we don't need to be learning how to speak Spanish, stream. We need to be learning how to speak Chinese, because any day now, they tell you everything. Sorry. Number 43. Come on. Nice story. I'm 100% white and look very European. I was traveling South Korea with my also European-looking Spanish friend, but we both speak conversational level Korean. As we were walking around a park in Daegu, a fairly large city of Seoul, a bunch of seniors in the park were talking about how pretty we were. We turned around and thanked them in Korean, and they were taken aback and then asked us where we were from. After telling them, they said, "If everyone is as pretty as you two, I want to go there." Made our day, as they were so sweet. Funny story, I went to an Asian dollar store in Jeju, South Korea. All my friends checked out first, but...
Finally got paid so I can put you in the splash zone.
Oh, it's Furfag. Thank you for that $7.82 donation. That's a confusing amount, but honestly, it's always peculiar and interesting in a big way. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. As we roll up this list, though, I went to an Asian dollar store in Jeju, South Korea, and all my friends checked out first, but they were all East Asian looking. The cashier dealt with them as normal, but when I got to the till, the guy noticeably pales and turns to his coworkers in panic. "Dude, I don't speak English. What do I do?" Coworker says, "Just deal with it." Guy, "I don't speak English, but I can speak Chinese." Coworker, "You speak Chinese? I didn't know that." Guy, "Hey, person opposite the tills, do you speak English? Help me." Guy 3, "Dude, just deal with it." Me, "It's okay, I speak Korean." The look on his face was hilarious. What list was I reading one day where like all of them ended with like the look on their face? You know what I mean? You remember? Oh my God, I wish I could remember which one that is. If somebody watching this remembers, put it in the stream chat, or if you remember and you're watching the video after it's gone up, leave a comment. You know what time it is. As we continue up to number 42, I was in a hotel elevator with my wife in Osaka, Japan. The Miyako Marriott, to be exact. It is a popular hotel for tourists, and we were going up to the elevator, our room on the 54th floor. It's a high hotel. In the elevator with us is a Chinese family that speaks Cantonese. They must have assumed we were Japanese or some other Asian because they started to tease their preteen daughter about how badly she need to take a shit. They were laughing and the mother was teasing her about how I can almost see it coming out. Jesus Christ, Mom. Our floor came first, and when it did, I turned to them and said good night in Cantonese. Their face was priceless, and we got out of the elevator. My wife called me a jackass while laughing her ass off. Then we got back to our rooms and took a shit too. You know, I don't like the amount of shit in that story. Okay? Okay. Number 41. The best instance was with two girls at a train stop. One of them called me cute. No one would ever mistake me for being Japanese, but I studied it in college, which is to say he watches a lot of anime. I know conversational Japanese after having completed Naruto in its entirety. Okay? That's his way of the ninja. I gotta do like Naruto shit. Watch me do the hand signs. I'm doing the hand signs. Okay, number 40. I'm half Chinese, so I half play joke. I'm half Chinese, quarter English, quarter Irish, and was born and raised in London. I don't look particularly British or indeed Chinese, but I definitely look foreign. In the wake of Brexit, I happened to be on the phone to my mother, Chinese, while on the train commuting into work. Oh, damn. So I was speaking Mandarin. While I'm on the phone to her, I overheard some little prick grumbling about the fucking Chinese in the country. Brexit, border immigrants, Muslims, Polish builders taking our jobs, stealing our benefits, or whatever. But the word chink came into it a couple of times. Clearly, this man had been emboldened by the vote to leave the EU and felt justified in airing his racism, feeling there were lots of like-minded others. English very much being my first language, I turned to him and just said, "You fucking what, mate?" in my clearly from South London accent. At this point, he immediately started to backpedal and said I was all right because I was one of us, whatever the fuck that meant. So I got called out for being a foreigner in my own country, which is both amusing and sad. Well, sometimes the real world is amusing, but most times it's just sad. Oh, St. Elmo's fire. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? As we roll up to number 39, I sometimes volunteer in a local charity shop, and although I don't speak much Welsh, I understand a lot, so I know if people are dissing the special needs volunteers in Welsh or assume that I have special needs. If they buy something, I respond in Welsh, and that usually shuts them up. And because I have a Swedish family and know the odd phrase, any Swedish tourists we get coming in are quite impressed that I can identify them as such and say thank you in their language. Oh, what a heartwarming story. They're just starting to lick my balls. We better get up high so we could get to that juicy shit where some guy was like, "Man, I would kill that motherfucker right now." And then he turned back and he said, "What? Nigga, I speak that language, bitch." And they were like, "Oh my God, I was just kidding. Oh my God. Don't call the police on me, please, bitch. Here's some money." You know what I'm talking about? Number 38. Two fairly new coworkers were talking in Creole to each other. It was a bit upsetting for the coworkers who didn't understand. Someday they were talking shit about our company in Creole. I ain't no snitch, so I haven't told anyone, but I went and I greet them in Creole. They were like, "Oh shit, you understand us? No biggie." They had their reasons to talk shit, but it was funny to see their reaction and the look on their face as we roll up to number 37. Years ago, the placement of my bedroom was such that I could often hear my next door neighbors chatting as they walked from their car to their front door. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? The volume seemed to indicate that they intended for me to hear, but assumed, rightfully, that I couldn't understand their language, that jibba-jabba, that fruik-spook. You know what I mean? If it isn't legendary
Here's
Fat
some
Man,
money.
I appreciate that, Fat Man. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That dude just said, "Here's some money, though." This stream at the moment going out to Fur Fat Man. Or legendary. Oh my God. Legendary fag. Yes. Oh my God. Legendary fag, dude. That's great. As we continue up this list, though, or continue what I started, the volume seemed to indicate that they intended for me to hear, but assumed, rightfully, that I could understand or couldn't understand their language. I couldn't even figure out what language they were speaking, let alone what they were saying. However, one night my partner, now husband, was over and he could identify the language because he spoke it. They were calling my roommates and me alcoholic whores. I'm not a whore. What'd you do about it, mate? Were you? Asked somebody, rightfully so. Let's see the comments. Let's see the comments. Science teacher says, "We probably drank more wine than necessary and had boys over without chaperones, so I guess we were." You whores. You doity whores. Oh my gosh. Number 36. I'm Asian. Blicka, blicka, bling, 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 bling. But grew up in Australia, so I've known English since the beginning of my life. Sometimes I'll be walking and people will either say something to me in the slow tone of voice or talk about me and not realize that I know English. Once I start talking, they will have a double take and revert to their normal speaking tone, or they will shut up about me and walk away all embarrassed that I understood everything they said. The common thing is they will be surprised at my Aussie accent. Those cunts. You fucking cunt. You filthy you can't. Alright, it's enough. Can't. Fucking number 35. Uplifting one. I'm white, and I was at a bar in Beijing dancing with a couple of white friends. Well, goddamn, nigga. I didn't know it had to be white like that. Tell me this story one more time. So I'm white, right? And I'm at the bar dancing with my white friends. When I overhear a girl telling her friend, I'm cute, and deciding whether or not to say hi to me. The thing about being white in Beijing is that you stand out in any bar that you're in. Okay. Don't ever have to be attractive. Oh, nice. Don't even have to be attractive. That's what I'm talking about. So you was just jiggling all over the dance floor, and all them girls were all like, oh my God. And he was all like, oh, you want this, ladies? Oh, You liking that, Hannah? Anyway, I know these Chinese, I know Chinese. I know these Chinese. Okay, I know Chinese from study and exchange. So after like 10 minutes of on and off dancing near the group, I leaned in and said, I think you're cute too. To the girl in Chinese, they all erupted like geese orgasming. And I got laid that night by all of them? Aw, dude, now I'm thinking of ways of how a goose orgasms. Honk, honk, splat. Don't you have a noise for that, Kyle? It kind of be like one of those honk, honk. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. As we continue up, we arrive at number 34. So I was at the hospital with my grandmother waiting for a blood test. My grandmother and I were talking in our native language when suddenly these two ladies sitting across from me wondering why we foreigners won't speak English. My dad called me after a few minutes sitting in the waiting room wondering how things were going in the hospital, and I responded to him in English. It was funny to see their faces become red and laughing it off, and you should have seen the look on their faces. As we roll up to number 33, took the employee shuttle with a bunch of my South American exchange student co-workers. Okay, I took the employee shuttle with a bunch of my South American exchange student co-workers. For about a month, I slept in the back while they conversed in Spanish. One day, they told a joke and I laughed out loud. Then they all stopped and looked at me, realizing that I could understand Spanish the whole time. This really broke the ice between us, and some of them became lifelong friends, and it led to a romantic relationship as well. You should have seen the look on his asshole. Guessing they're all gay. Get it? Anyway, number 32. The look on his number 32. I once called someone an idiot in Klingon. I didn't think they spoke Klingon, since it's a fictional language. Awkward. Potach. How do you not know idiot? Well, you know, like with the Klingon slur. Gotta know the... Okay, never mind. Let's go. And the next generation is the best. It's the best one. The next generation. Okay. Number 31. Number 31. Space. Not me, but my friend's mom, the final front. She was visiting a Japan with friend. Okay. She white, but speaks fluent Japanese, and her friend, Japanese descent, but only speaks English, were on a train, and some Yakuza approached the Japanese-looking friend and said something along the lines of, "Stop speaking English, you're in Japan. If you're in Japan, you speak Japanese. Your immigrant friend does not belong here." In Japanese, obviously. Well, my friend's mom has all the guts in the world and stood up and just started going off on the guy in fluent Japanese, and the guy's just standing there flabbergasted. Wish I was there. But the look on that Yakuza's face, the look on his face, he said, "I'm sorry." Number 30. Jesus, back in 2010. That was like 7 years ago. Some of y'all in the stream chat weren't even born. You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck?
I'm dying. Shut up.
You need the drink?
No.
Back in 2010, I was at the Hmong. That's not probably not how that's for. Come on. I was at the Hmong New Year in St. Paul/Minneapolis with my family, where this happened. This event is pretty big, and there used to be literally thousands of Hmong people there. It's an event where we basically celebrate our heritage. I am Hmong, and let me see the fucking word one more time, Southeast Asian. But I look like I'm Hispanic just to give you some background. Cool, Asian people who look Hispanic. No, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I had to go to the bathroom because, you know, I'm human and all, whatever you say. When I went to the bathroom to wash my hands, these two older guys, probably 35 to 40, come in, and as soon as they see me, they drop their pants and they say, "We're friends with Kevin Spacey." I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Whoa. When I went to the wash my hands, these two older guys, probably about 35 to 40, come in, and as soon as they see me.
Alright mates, fat man's gotta hit a servo for some ciggies. Gotta grab me some macas after. Any you cunts want anything?
Any you cunts want anything? You cunts. I gotta go get some ciggies. What did he say? He said, "Alright mates, fat man's gonna hit a servo for some ciggies. Gotta grab me some macas after." Is that what they call McDonald's? I believe it is. I believe it is what they call my balls. Sorry, I just saw Emmy's name and I pinched my balls. Wow. Emmy says, "Once it's December, you people need to have your wish list ready for me so I can send treats. Don't do it. Don't do it. Emmy's dangerous. She's losing lots of weight because she's not eating." And even though I liked the Emmy that was a bitch to be when she was super younger, it wasn't a healthy Emmy. I like Emmy now. Emmy's so healthy now that I put an H on the front of her name, so she's Hemi. Hemi. That's right. Kyle says stuff that nobody else is ever going to say. And at the end of the day, you can't buy that. You can't buy someone saying something that is not... What was the story we were reading the other day about how like a guy leaned in to the girlfriend and whispered sweet nothings and it pissed her off because that's what her ex-boyfriend used to do? You can't be basic. Wow. Emmy says that's so rude. What's so rude?
You're being so mean.
How am I being rude? What? What do you mean, do I want food, asshole? Oh, no, I don't want food, asshole. Ew. Ew. How am I being rude? You guys are being crazy. I think you guys all misinterpreted what I said. I said when Emmy was I'm done. You guys are gonna make me sound wronger than I was before.
Come on.
All I know is I like Emmy now because she's healthy. Oh, you guys think I mean fat when I say that, don't you?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that you girls are too fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Sensitive. You girls are too sensitive. I don't mean it like that's funny. I see. Okay. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Healthy Emmy, Hemi. You know,
Yeah.
like Hemi the semi.
It sounds rude.
That's funny. But she knows I doesn't mean it like that. She knows I doesn't. She knows I don't mean it like that. Emmy is beautiful, and I like this if I said hefty, that would be bad.
I know,
But I said healthy. And like when I think of curvy girls, I think of them as healthy girls. Y'all need to stop. You know what I'm talking about? It's because you're all so white that you don't know what the hell's going. He called me healthy, Mom. You can just cry. Can we just skip this one? Anyway, look, let me continue with this thing that I'm saying. Okay? So I'm in the bathroom, right? And these old guys come in and they just flopping all around with their schlongs all over their pants. And then they say, "These damn Mexicans thinking they could come to our new year. Maybe we should call the cops to take them back home to Mexico." Ha 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 ha. That's how they laugh. Well, in comes my cousin by sheer luck, and he's wearing a Mexican flag as a cape. And he says, so I ask him in Hmong, "Hey, where do you guys go? Last time I saw you guys was at the ball tossing area. It's weird courting activity that involves throwing a tennis ball, softball, while flirting." We end our very short conversation, and then I was exiting the bathroom. I made absolutely sure that I gave the most judgmental look ever to those two men. And you should have seen the look on their I'm kidding. It worked like a charm, and you could tell by their facial expression, the look on their faces, that they knew they messed up. Too long didn't read the... That's the look. That's the look. Do you guys know that song? The look of love. No, because you're all 7 years old. 2010, you weren't even born yet. Healthy means like fat to you guys now. You know how healthy I am, though? I'm the healthiest nigga y'all know. They gonna be calling me legendary healthy man at the end of this. You see what I did there? Boy, I'll get some ciggies at Macca's and friggin' cants. Yeah, number 29. I'm gonna finish this list like a professional. Like a good neighbor, Kyle is here. Like a good neighbor, Kyle is there. Number 29. Some guys on the subway started talking about their dream of riding the white horse, aka fantasy about fucking a white girl. Ooh, gotta ride that white horse. You got to ride that white horse. How come what's his name said the spacing is off? Dear weekend. Dear weekend. So, these guys on the subway are dreaming about fucking a white girl right next to me. I'm a mixed Korean American, but totally white looking. I waited until I was about to exit, then tapped their shoulder and suggested a few clubs for them to go and try out next time. Told them they better be good at English though, because everyone knows white girls can't speak Korean. I might have heard an old man laugh behind me as I exited the train, but the look on their faces. Woo! Okay, I'm sorry. I will tone it down. I apologize.
Emily's trying to ask you a question.
Emily's
trying to ask you a question.
Emmy says, ask him if he wants dinner tonight. Thank you. Ay, Emmy, you need to save up your money so that you can get whatever game that I get when I want to play it. Because you know Hannah got Call of Duty and she's actually pretty good at it. And if she's good at it, I think you'd be amazing at it. Not saying that you'd be better than Hannah. I'm just saying that you'd be good at it too. Because you can reap in Overwatch. And Hannah can play DPS, but she's not particularly fond of it. Do you get what I'm saying?
I just don't do it whenever I'm playing with you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yo, Faith rolled in and banned the shit. I was looking at Duke for, oh my god, is this mic okay? I may be like peeking the microphone and I apologize for that. You know why I think it's doing that though? I think the mic has been given control. And that's not something that it deserves. Give me 1 second to infiltrate the properties of the microphone. There we go. See, in the advanced property settings of the Focusrite USB chipset for this microphone, I have it running through one channel because its default channels put it through, so I'm only coming through in one side. Remember the first night I tried out this thing. I remember the first time I tried out this thing, people were telling me it was only coming through one speaker. Oh boy, this anecdote is not entertaining. Kyle should just get through. But by the way, what I'm saying is, by default, it apparently allows applications to take exclusive control of this device. This is the type of thing where if you're speaking on Skype and maybe your microphone isn't picking you up as well, the application will automatically just make you a little bit louder, and then if you get too loud, then it'll make the application a little bit. Oh shit. You know what I just realized?
What's wrong?
It's not the microphone, it's I'm using the old auxiliary headset cable, and this is the one that was shitty. So I would end up hearing out of one ear and crap like that. I know I brought that other one in. Listen.
It's just you. It's just you.
What?
So now if it's just you, it's just you. But before, other people were complaining.
Really?
At the beginning.
Okay, do me a favor. Do me a favor. I remember taking the auxiliary cable out of the car.
Where might it be? Is it on the floor where you threw everything?
I threw things on the floor on the way in, please.
My charger and your charger thing.
Alrighty, thank you. I apologize for this, everyone. I hope that you've all been having an interesting night.
Here you go.
Okay, guys, give me the opportunity just very quickly to switch USB cables so we don't have any more issues. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. When my pickles and be walking in my back door. Okay, now it's oh my god. Now it's only working if I this is so shitty. I apologize to you, but it's so strange how this isn't working well. And I don't know what to do but to just try to continue, even with it being the way that it is right now. So guys, I love you. I'm just gonna try to continue with this. As we roll up to number 28. I once overheard for a part-time school holiday job together with a, let's try that again. I once interviewed, that's a little bit different from overhearing. For a part-time school holiday job, together with a good friend of mine. My friend is Chinese, the majority race of the country that I live in. I, however, am quite clearly not. The first thing the HR manager says when he sees me is, "We need someone who speaks Mandarin," a criterion not stated anywhere in the employment ad, and which subtly translates to Chinese candidates preferred. My friend, while ethnically Chinese, speaks little to no Mandarin. I, on the other hand, speak it rather fluently. Probably as a test, the HR manager decides to field us questions in Mandarin, clearly intent on cutting me out of the interview. My friend turns pale as he stumbles along.
Sael, I'm listening to you while I am hanging with my boyfriend. I hope your night is going well.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the company of your boyfriend while you guys are listening to this. Hopefully he's not bored by it. And hopefully, I guess he gets some off of you, because what otherwise would be the point of him hanging around with you? You cheap slut. Yeah, you tease. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding, right? What do people expect to hear out of me anyway? Thank you for the tree fitty. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Tree fitty. All right. Probably as a test, the HR manager decides to field us questions in Mandarin. Okay, that's a very popular hero from the Marvel universe that was kind of ruined in the Iron Man 3 movie. But some people believe that there was more going on behind the scenes. But we don't need to get into that here. Clearly intent on cutting me out of the interview, my friend turns pale as he stumbles along to answer the questions posed in whatever halting Mandarin he can scrape together. The manager turns to me, rather arrogantly, waiting for my reply. It gave me great joy to tell him straight to his face, "Thank you for the opportunity, but clearly I am not the right candidate you are looking for to fill this position, since I am not Chinese," in crisp, fluent Mandarin. The look of bewilderment on his face was pride. The look on his face, boy. Ooh. the look on his face. So as we travel up, whoa, let me roll this stream down here. Sorry guys, love you all. So we roll up to number 27. We had a large family reunion dinner at a restaurant, and we were all sharing stories. My funny uncle was telling us how he used to pretend he was deaf and his sister would translate. To prove it, he asked the waitress to get the manager. When he came over, my uncle started signing to him with made-up exaggerated gestures. My aunt told him that the food was good and the server was excellent, all while the manager just smiled and nodded. When they were done talking, the manager said in sign language he spoke ASL and knew it was bullshit. We blew up laughing and my uncle's face turned beet. You should have seen the look on his face. Number 26. I recently went to Japan for my first ever international trip and was totally prepared to have to struggle through all my day-to-day interactions in Japan, but was surprised at how widespread even a basic understanding of English is over there. Everyone assumes that you won't speak any languages at all, so they stick to as much English as they're comfortable with, or you basically just play charades. At a restaurant in Kobe, the waitress was practically fluent in English, so we chatted a while, and it came up that I'm studying Japanese, so we had a little small talk, and she was impressed. Then the owner came over to talk, but wasn't as confident in his English, so he had the waitress translate. He was asking all these questions about where we'd been so far, where we were staying, how we liked everything, if we'd been down to Kobe Port yet, etc. It was something simple enough that I understood 100% without her translation, and the waitress could tell. Finally, she says to him in Japanese, "By the way, he understands what you're saying." His eyes practically bugged out of his head, and he got super excited and asked if we wouldn't mind staying 30 minutes for him to close up and send everyone home. So I wait, he closes everything up, and we all end up hanging out that night. He drove us around the city, brought us drinks, even drove us back to the Airbnb. Japan is amazing. That's so cute. That is so cute. That is so cute. Do what? So we roll up to, whoa. This thing keeps bugging out, guys. Oh, whoa. I may have just fixed. No, I didn't. God damn it. Oh, well, I can dream. I can dream about this thing getting fixed. God damn. Give me a second. Try connecting this right here. Try connecting this. Well. Oh my god, I may have fixed it. For the most part. So here's to this working fluently and without issue until we reach the end of our list. Number 25. Was walking to class with my girlfriend when we ran into the janitor, who also happened to work with my girlfriend at Home Depot. I bet you they was doing more. I'm kidding. Shut up. They greeted each other in Spanish, and then the janitor asked me in Spanish, is he the same one or the other one? She looked at me knowing I knew what she said and tried to laugh it off. Follow up? As that happened, we both walked into an elevator together because we were heading to Spanish class together. When we got in the elevator, I got pissed and questioned her. She seemed to be just as surprised as I was about the whole situation. No, I didn't break up with her. We've been dating for over a year now. I assume it's because a couple weeks prior we ran into the same janitor who... Come on. What? Nigga, what are you talking about? I'm so confused. Faith says, good job, Kyle, I guess, in me sorting out this cable disaster. Thank you. I'm sorry, I was reading like a follow-up to this and it was just thoroughly confusing me. But I don't need to worry myself about things like that. As we roll up to number 24, here's one where everyone felt good at the end. Something tells me there's not going to be a happy ending. The type where you stroke it, you know what I mean? Type where you get the oh, happy ending. Happy ending. Number 24. Here's one where everyone felt good at the end. Turn it down. You're hearing a lot of feedback from the computer. There we go. Here's one where everyone felt good at the end. When I was living in China, I used to run in this giant park. One morning, on one of my runs, I see 3 young men hanging out on the path. Not too many foreigners in the area, not too many joggers either, so they immediately notice and start talking about me. One of the guys says, "Is she Russian?" There was a small but significant Russian population in the city, so not a bad guess. Another guy, "Talk to her." First guy, "Nah, she wouldn't understand." By this time, I'm right next to these guys, and I yelled over my shoulder, "Yes, I do," as I ran past. They absolutely lose their shit. I could still hear them laughing after I went around the bend. Bitch, you went around the bend before the story even began. Hi-yo. Someone across the pond's gonna appreciate that kind of, nah, nobody appreciates me. I'm just kidding. I love being a white girl with a Facebook status update. I'm so ugly, guys. Number 23. I'm Brazilian and was flying to Rio from Atlanta. Who gives a shit? There were these 2 very attractive girls with their mother speaking English very fluently, and one of them had their seat right next to me. We exchanged some courtesy in English, and as I just assumed they were American, and so did they. They were Brazilian Americans and did not have an accent, and I started speaking English from a young age, so as long as I don't talk too much, I can go unnoticed. Hey, which is the one where there's a lot of lady boys? Is that Brazil or Colombia? That's Brazil, right? Which is the one with the she-males? Tell me the one with the she-males.
Not like Thailand or Poland?
Thailand has the lady boys.
Okay, not Poland. You know what I mean. But yeah, Thailand was the one I was thinking of.
I think Brazil's got the she-males.
Probably Brazil.
Emily knows. Emily knows. Emily. Oh my god. You're an idiot, Kyle. So they started putting their carry-on luggage in the bin overhead, and the mother says to her daughters in Portuguese, I'm not reading that, which means, poor thing, he thinks I'll let one of you sit next to him. Oh man, she says, poor thing, he thinks I'll let one of you sit next to him. So I turn to her and say in Portuguese, don't worry, ma'am, I'm just being polite. I do have a girlfriend and it'd be a pleasure to share this flight with you. She just said, ow, and then sat there in silence for the whole flight with your bitch ass. With your bitch ass. Oh my god. Who's going to Brazil, dude? Who's going to Brazil? You can't just scratch your beard the whole stream. Finish this fucking list. Number 22. Okay, I'm gonna read like 10 of them. I'm gonna read like 10 of tummy time. I'm gonna read like 10 of these. Behold, my power. Number 22. I have a reverse story. Deep in the night, I leave work, small road on a small city in rural China, so no public lighting. I go by the side of the road until a taxi comes. Finally, I find one. We spend the next 15 minutes speaking about all and nothing, weather, road repairs, and so on. We arrive at the residence and the driver opens the front light to help count the cash. Blood-curdling scream. The driver, start, "You're not Chinese." Me, "Not last time I checked." Nota, I am not the scary type. 75-kilogram white nerd wearing pants and dress shirt. What the fuck was that? Moving on. Number 21. Me and my sister are Hungarian but grew up in England and speak fluent Hungarian and English with natural accents. We'd also spent most of our summers growing up in Hungary, where, since we spoke English perfectly, people assumed in public that we were from England and would occasionally say something mean or negative, not expecting us to understand. There's few things more satisfying than replying in perfect Hungarian, "What did you say?" and watching people's eyes widen in panic and profusely apologize because the look on their face. The look on their face, boy, as we roll up to number... Jesus Christ. Shut up! Ugh, it was scary. That noise is too loud, and I needed to do something about it for a while. I can't turn it down independently of other stuff, I don't think. Oh, God. Number 20. When I was stationed in Korea, I was getting a haircut, and the hairdresser, like an assistant or a new person helping her, get me seated and prepared. Okay. She says to the main girl, "He looks like a baby." I have a baby face and was like 22 at the time. I responded in Korean with, "I look like a baby?" You sneeze if you're gonna sneeze, I'm sorry. She was really startled and embarrassed and noped out of there for the rest of the haircut. The main hairdresser took advantage of me being able to talk with me in Korean, though. Interesting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the hell is Hannah to garlic knots? What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about anything.
Whoa, yeah, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill now. Oh, are you guys talking about what race you guys are?
Yeah.
So some of you are identifying as garlic knots. Because Michael Davis says he's a regular old black guy over here. And then Hannah says, "I think so." The look on their face. Oh my God. So as we roll up to number 19, I have to read 10 of these, and I'm going to number 11. The people at the Chinese food place on my campus spoke Chinese to the door exchange students, but even though I spoke Chinese, I always spoke English to them since, you know, I have an accent when I speak Chinese. But one day I got no meat. No, I got all meat and no rice, since I had a rice maker at home. And when I was paying, the lady says to the person beside her, "Fat ass wants meat, no rice." Ooh. And I responded in Chinese, "Actually, I have rice at home." They didn't charge me for the order and started giving me a bit extra whenever I go there. Ooh. What they racist ass. Oh my God. Somebody said half my family is Chinese. Regardless, you mentioned an accent. My dad learned Mandarin by tape online video. The rest of my family hate his Chinese accent because he apparently picked up the equivalent of hillbilly accent online. I've got to learn hillbilly Asian. This is my life aspiration. Ooh, my life aspiration to learn hillbilly Asian. Number 18. I used to work at a gun store. Two guys come in, speaking Spanish to one another, with one guy translating for the other. I'm a 6'5", goofy-looking Irish dude, so they had no way of knowing that I lived in Mexico for years as a teen. So, the whole time I hear the guys describing the gun he wants, how much her likes it, etc. to the translator. The translator tells me everything like he is the one who wants to buy the gun. He says he brought the other guy because he knows guns. Finally, I hear the Spanish-only guy say that this is the one that he wants, and the translator then tells me he has decided which gun he wants. I let him know in Spanish that I won't be selling them any guns. What they were trying is called a straw purchase and is very illegal. What's a straw purchase? When you get somebody else to buy a gun for you? Let's Google it. Straw purchasing, buying a gun for someone who is prohibited by law from possessing one, or for someone who does not want his or her name associated with the transaction. That's pretty dank. Do I know anybody who'd make straw purchases for me? Well, I guess anybody who'd buy me a bat is a person that would make a straw purchase for me. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry. That was unintentional.
What are you doing?
That was my bag. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was getting something. I apologize.
Okay, what the fuck? Girl.
I'm very sorry.
Man, I shouldn't be even doing this list. This is Hannah's last night here, balls. Oh no. Here comes Jessica Laso.
I wonder if straw purchases are only a US thing.
Emmy says Kyle delivery in 37 minutes. For what did she do? What did she do? No. Oh. I'll get another blanket equivalent, Emmy. Is that what you want? Is that what you want, Emmy? Let me finish this list because I'm starting to get goobly. I'm starting to get gibbledy-goobledy. Well, as we continue up to number 17, I'm Swiss and Peruvian. That could be pretty sexy, depending on the breast size. And I live in Peru. I remember I used to know this one Peruvian girl in high school. And, like, she had really big ass. Like, you ever see, like, a really, like, much, like, an elderly Hispanic woman? And, some Hispanic ladies, they kind of box out and become really, like, stocky in stature, which is not what I'm in the mood for. But, remember we were watching a fight video recently? And there was this woman that came in at the end, and she was just so thick in the back that it was just, like, almost sad. Like, that woman was, like, full ass. That's kind of how she was. But, like, her thighs were big like Chun-Li, and she had big ass, too. And, she was the only Peruvian girl that I ever knew. And I wondered, honest to God, like, were they all like this? You know what I mean? But she also had really bad cramps when it was time for her period. And I always wondered, because her hips were so big, if like women like period out in relation to how like feminine their bodies are, you know what I mean? Like, so like the bigger the hips and shit, and like is that how like hard they, you know?
I don't believe that is the case.
I don't think so either now, but at the time I had no idea. I was just like, damn, you know, is it because she got all that ass? You know what I'm talking about? Big ass and mean hard. Whoa, list. Number 17. I'm Swiss and Peruvian, and I live in Peru, so I don't look like a Swiss guy. There were two Swiss girls sitting behind me on a bus talking about Latino guys. The one of them asked the other if she found me attractive. I turned around and said that I would love to know that too. The look of confusion and shame was priceless. Then we just all laughed. Now I've got two new friends. Hopefully more than that soon, but the look on their faces. Okay? Number 16. I'm a Mexican who speaks Hebrew fluently. What the fuck? That is not a sentence I expected to Baruch atah Adonai. All I know of Hebrew is praises. Okay? I don't know. We don't know any Jews either. There wouldn't be a single Jew who would find something interesting about this channel. And if you're Jewish, I love ya. Okay? I love ya. Molotov. Okay?
Molotov?
Yeah. Wait, what did I say? What did I mean? What did I say?
You said Molotov.
Oh, what did I mean?
Mazel
Mazel
tov.
tov. Whoa. Whoa. Whoops.
Good job.
Mazel tov. Cocktail. Oh boy. Dayedu. Okay. Number 16. I'm a Mexican who speaks Hebrew fluently. I was actually in the US in a deli around the time of the World Cup in 2014. I was wearing a national team jersey and had been watching with family. We usually paint the colors of our flag on our cheeks, as is tradition, and the game was over and we were just getting some food. So my parents, brother, and I walk into a booth, we sit down, and the people behind us, 3 middle-aged women, start speaking in Hebrew saying, "Look at these stupid Mexicans," which should have been a giveaway since the word for Mexicans in Hebrew is Mexicanim. Being loud and thinking they own the place, typical. Well, I turn around, look at them, and answer in Hebrew, "Yes, we are very proud of our country and the great job that they are doing at the World Cup. If it bothers you, you can move." The look on their faces was priceless. Okay? I've never felt so empowered. Ooh, you became a real woman that day. Until Mexico did a shit job and got eliminated from the cup. The look. Jessica says she's Jewish. No way. I would expect to not be interesting at all to Jewish girls. You know how long I've tried to get the attention of a Jewish woman, Hannah? You're as close as I'm going to get. You might as well be Jewish. I'm going to tell people you're Jewish. You guys know Hannah's Jewish?
I'm not Jewish.
Alicia McNeil says, Kyle, I have a friend who's Mexican and speaks Hebrew and is Jewish. He travels to Israel a lot. That is crazy. I don't know how to ride this microphone like I do the other one. Sorry. Which could be dangerous. I'll try to watch it as we roll up this list to number 15. Not me, but my stepmother. She grew up in Japan and speaks fluent Japanese. She looks Italian and white, but she has an olive skin tone. And since she is only a quarter Japanese, she doesn't look like she is from any East Asian speaking country. One day, her and some friends went to get their nails, both hands and feet done at a salon for some girl time. Hannah, ooh, I do genuinely believe that the dankest videos. Where the hell are you? Hannah walked out of the room and I was talking to myself for a hot minute.
I heard you.
I didn't but still, come on now. Oh boy. Guys, I think the hottest videos that are going to be put on the internet soon are going to be people taking in like technology that you wear on your ear or something that can live translate shit that people are not even that just taking something to record them and then translate it later. Women at a nail salon, and you can see all the rude and disgusting shit that they say, and we can put their establishment on blast because they be saying all this racist and rude shit. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my god, that is gonna be so dank. Hey look man, if any of you women want to take one for the Kyle team, please God, find a way to, somehow record the women at your local hair or nail salon, okay? Give me that footage. I will run translation on it, and then I will do a voiceover for what these, what's the Vietnamese women?
It depends.
It depends, okay.
Depends where.
And it says it depends, but I think it's Vietnamese women who know them nails, you know what I'm talking about? What? Emmy says they are making devices that translate in real time. Yeah, I saw those the other day. I don't know if they're still in development or what the deal is. All I know is I can't even get a Pokemon Go game that's fun because, nothing that I want it to do, it does. So let's continue with this story. Forgive me. One day, her and some friends went to get their nails done at a salon for some girl time. The ladies who were doing the work were speaking fluent Japanese and were mostly gossiping about men and other things until they got to the feet part of said procedure. My stepmother's friend is a little overweight and she doesn't have runway model style feet. Well, the ladies who work at the salon are just starting to make fun of her in Japanese, laughing and giggling, enjoying themselves in someone else's misfortune and looks. My stepmother said she let this go on for too long. It was about 5 minutes of them talking shit before my stepmother replied in Japanese her comment to them. I didn't realize that we needed to look like princesses to get service here. Something along those lines. The lady stopped and looked at my stepmother with extreme guilt. They apologized in English and were silent the remainder of their time. And my stepmother and her friends were there. Nah, nigga. Nah, nigga, that's not enough, okay? That's not enough. I'm gonna burn this establishment to the ground like a model would. What? Where did that come from? Unless it was a story. Oh my god. I think somebody posting racy stories on my friends list. I didn't know they get down like that, baby. I didn't know I had. Do any of you guys post like racy stories on your Snapchats? Maybe you know what, I know some girls who have what they call premium accounts. That's what what's her name? April. That's what April did for real. She would like show them titties and just be like,
yeah, guys, don't forget to purchase a lifetime subscription to my Bing Bong.
Guys, the look on their faces, okay? As we reach number 14, oh my god. Most of these stories are a bit negative, so here's a lighter one. We don't want a lighter one. I can feel the like stomach acid coming up when he says that. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Like fighting down the acid juice. Okay. My mom's a linguist and speaks about 15 languages fluently, and as such, I picked up a couple along the way. Most of my childhood was spent in Germany, so I have a firm grasp of the language, which doesn't really seem to match my appearance. I'm a 6'3", 220-pound black man who speaks German. Nice. Now, this isn't too uncommon, a sight in Germany, but in North America, I'm a fucking unicorn. So, I was standing at the bus stop one day in the heart of downtown Toronto, and there were these two 60-year-old German ladies who were not having a good time. They were trying to find the art gallery and were fed up with the fact that they were having such a shitty time navigating because of their English-speaking children had left them alone for the day. I didn't have anything particularly important planned for the day, so I turned to them and said something to the effect of, you know, our city has a lot to offer if you know where to look. Would you like me to show you two to where the gallery is, and a couple of places you could get lunch along the way? They nearly fainted. They were so happy that they found someone who spoke German and couldn't stop taking pictures with me to show their family of the Negro that's I'm kidding, the guy that saved their day. I walked them to the gallery and gave them a bit of an impromptu walking bus tour along the way. That was the day I gained 2 omas. Aww. How cute and adorable a story. Yeah. Oh, Emmy says, hit me up for my premium account. Uh-oh. Emmy Premium. You heard it here first, folks. That's what's coming for Christmas. Faith said, that's great, Tom. I know Ruby, Java, and a little bit of C#. What the fuck y'all talking about over here? Huh? see sharp, okay? If you can't be flat, I'm sorry. No, wait, how does the joke even go? You might be flat if you don't see sharp. Yeah. Can I tell you the first day I ever heard that? It was this old man who came in to, I don't remember what the hell we were doing. We got a whole bunch of music. Okay, yeah, we got a whole bunch of music and we were supposed to sight read some shit. And some old dude comes in to direct us, you know, for no reason. And before it all starts, he like, you know, the whole room's quiet and he goes, "You might be flat if you don't see sharp." And he was like, you know, his face was like, and we were like, oh my God. For real? I don't think anybody laughed. I think a couple of people just went, something like that. Yeah, it was stupid. My life. My freaking life. As we roll up to number 12. What the hell? Did I read that? No. So we're gonna do number 13. So I don't speak Spanish fluently, but I understand it just fine. I used to sell cars in Houston, and as you can imagine, we had a lot of bilingual Spanish speakers come to buy cars from us. Spanish. They never asked me if my super clean-cut white guy self spoke Spanish, so I never told them that I did. It was fun to have a couple that would speak English to me and then Spanish to each other. They would literally tell each other everything, like how much they wanted to pay and their negotiating tactics. They would say things like, if he offers to take 500 off, let's do it, but I'm going to ask for 1,000. So once they said yes, inevitably, one would ask for the other of a product question in Spanish, and I jump in and answer in English. The looks on their faces when they have that aha moment were priceless. The looks on their faces. Number 12. A friend of mine was visiting my country for a few days from Italy. He was staying in a hostel dorm that happened to have a group of German tourists sharing it. He said anytime he was back in the dorm, he would hear them laughing and making fun of him in German. Little did they know, he spoke fluent German. He stayed quiet for days. And for a few days he was there, he remained perfectly pleasant, speaking English to them when they had conversations, but otherwise keeping to himself. On the last day, as he was leaving the dorm, he turned to the group to say goodbye and added, "I hope you all enjoy the rest of your trip," in German to them. He said the look on their faces was priceless. How did I know that this would be another one of these? This is ridiculous. This isn't even a joke anymore. If I were to just search through this whole fucking post for the phrase, the look on their faces, the look on their faces, the look of confusion, the look of bewilderment, the look on his face, the look on their, what the bing bong? You're all you're all people living the same fucking life, telling the same, oh my God. Whoa. Wait a minute. I was at number 12, maybe. Number 11. My family and I went to Sri Lanka for 2 weeks to see where my mom grew up and general beach stuff. For some reason, we were like the only people in the hotel we were staying at aside from a wedding party, and left a day after we had got there. A wedding party that left a day after we got there.
Are you okay?
Did those pizza rolls give you like acid?
No, I'm good.
Guess it's just old man Kyle. Shouldn't have shaken myself up earlier. I fell asleep earlier, and then when I sat up, I just jumped up and down a whole bunch to make myself burp. And now I feel like the acid in my stomach is coming back up. You know? I heard that the best solution for that is just to drink a whole bunch of bleach. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. For some reason, we were like the only people in the hotel we were staying at, aside from the wedding party that left the day after we got there. A few days in there was another family staying there, and I believe from the surname, and we were all chilling. I believe they were from Suriname. I don't know where the hell that is. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know Bing Bong Lang, but that's like BF. That's butt fucking Egypt. You know, Suriname. We gotta learn some shit today, tonight, tomorrow, forever. Suriname, officially known as the Republic of Suriname, is a sovereign state on the northeastern Atlantic coast of South Africa. Well, there you go. The world has forgotten about Africa. Terrible. But there it is. There goes Suriname over there. There go a whole bunch of places in Africa y'all don't know shit about. There's a Venezuela in Africa. Wait a minute. This is South America.
Not Africa.
That's not Africa at all. You bastards. It was Africa all along. You blew it up. That's enough. I'm being an idiot. Okay. A few days in there was another family staying there. I believe they were from Suriname, and we were all chilling at the pool and decided to play a game of water polo against each other. Things got excited, and one of the daughters yelled out something in Dutch like, "Go for the big fat guy." My Dutch dad replied, "What big fat guy?" And everybody laughed. Just a simple story, but it was so sweet. It was so cute. Oh, look on their faces. As we roll up to number 10, while I'm Spanish, I don't look like I'm the stereotypical Spaniard. Light skin color, blondish green eyes, and when I was living in London, I got several situations like that. Nigga, what situation is do you mean where people don't know that you speak their language? The top one was on the tube back home. The tube being the subway train for people who, you know, they don't know. What does that mean, the tube? Oh. I think there was a football game, Chelsea versus Barcelona. And this couple was going to the stadium, and I was standing beside them. The tube, or train, had a hard stop, and I accidentally fell over one of them a bit. I apologized in English, as I didn't realize they were Spaniards too. They started talking to each other, saying, "This fucking fat cunt nearly smashed in the ground," and things of that sort for almost 5 minutes. When they left the tube, he looked at me one last time, laughing, and I told him in perfect Spanish, "Enjoy the game, you little piece of shit." His face went pale as the doors were closing, and the satisfaction was enough to last a week. The look on his...
That was me.
Why are you doing things, Hannah?
I'm trying to find my lip balm. Stop getting mad. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Number 9. Me and my friends were sharing a cab with 2 girls we didn't know. Just decided to share a taxi with them because it was a long way and we wanted to save some money. They started speaking Swedish, not knowing my friend is also Finnish Swede. Her mother language is Swedish. She has been in Swedish school but is Finn and speaks Finnish fluently. Is this a fucking... is this like a tongue twister? They started speaking Swedish, not knowing my friend is also Finnish Swede. Her mother language is Swedish. She has been in Swedish school, but is Finn and speaks Finnish fluently. I understand Swedish, but I was too drunk to care. Suddenly she texts me. They are planning to leave us with the bill. I texted that we should tell the driver, so my friend said, "These girls will pay half of this before they leave." They got the hint and didn't open the doors before they paid. Also, another time I was in an airport with my aunt. She had broken her leg, so she was in a wheelchair, but because we were going to the beach holiday, we decided not to cancel it. Now my aunt has lived in Germany and speaks it fluently, and I've lived there too, so I understand it well, but I'm not fluent. We speak Finnish. Oh my God. Something just to pass the time when the flight attendant asks us to go on the plane first. The plane, huh? Yeah. This middle-aged man turns to her wife and says in German, "I don't think disabled people should be allowed on planes." My aunt, who is a true badass, asks me to stop, and I was pushing her wheelchair. She turns to the man and says in perfect German, "I'm sorry, sir, but I broke my leg and didn't want to cancel my holiday plans. You are being incredibly offensive towards handicapped people, and I feel sorry for your wife. Have a nice flight." He turned red, couldn't even say anything to us, and just looked away. His wife looked mortified. The look on his wife's face as we roll up to complete this list. I'm flying through the final 8. Believe in me, man. Believe in me, man. Venezuela and Africa, man. Number 8. When I started working at McDonald's at age 16, none of the other employees realized I could speak a fair amount of Spanish. A few of my coworkers would talk crap about me in Spanish, and I pretended for a few weeks that I didn't know what they were saying. Then one day, a manager told me she was worth more than me, I'm guessing, because she was bilingual. So I told her in Spanish that I was actually trilingual. And the looks on their faces when they realized I spoke Spanish all along was priceless. What is your third language? Somebody asks. German is his mother tongue. Sorry. Yeah, I was scared that she was still here, and she was. Oh, Hannah. Number 7. Oh, I love this one. So I was working at a dental clinic in Germany, and these two guys walk in and start speaking in Arabic. I'm kidding. That's not the same one, is it?
What do you mean?
It is. Not knowing that both I and my supervisor can understand it. The first guy, who is actually the patient, is nervously telling his friend that this would never work. And his friend is telling him to shut up and play along, so the supervisor and I try to figure out what kind of game they're going to try to play. Apparently, they were trying to lie about the patient's age to get his dental treatment done for free. I don't know how that worked. I was just an intern. Unlucky for him, his teeth told the truth. You can't fake being 16 when your wisdom teeth are all the way out. So me and the supervisor shut up about it, and I'm in actual pain trying to hold back the laughing as the friend is convincing the patient that we're idiots who don't speak Arabic and can't understand their trick. Of course, until I can't anymore, and decide to discuss the case with my supervisor right there in front of them in Arabic. I have never seen someone turn so many different colors so fast. The looks on their faces. As we continue through this list, we arrive at number 6. I was shopping with friends for clothes, and these two ladies that worked at the store were outside of my fitting room speaking in Spanish. They kept criticizing me for taking too long to try on clothes and referred to me as a dumb gringo, and jokingly asked me if I needed any assistance in English. What the fuck? Are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
Thank you. I can't believe Emily actually did it. They didn't realize I was Hispanic until I came out of the room and responded in Spanish that no, I didn't need their help. They got so red, the looks on their faces. As we arrive at number 5 on the list of 50 things Jerk said in another language, it reads as follows. My cousin is a big white guy who studied for 2 years in Japan during college. He worked for one of the head of Honda America for a few years. When the head guy learned that he spoke Japanese, he would make sure my cousin was in all the meetings and all the phone conferences with the Japanese branch. My cousin would listen to everything the Japanese would be saying to each other and report it to the boss during breaks. As such, the boss looked like a psychic to the Japanese because after the break, he would address their concerns without being prompted. The boss made mad bonuses every quarter and always funneled a bunch of that to my cousin. My man. You know what I'm talking about? If only I had somebody funneling that kind of... Did you get it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, she got dominoes?
Yes.
Emily. Thank you, Emily. You always know how to turn a meh day into brilliance. Not that today was that bad.
It kind of sucked. You missed the sweet.
Oh my god, we're not gonna go into it. I was doing things with my family earlier today, and Hannah was along for the ride. And on the way back home, we decided to just stop along the way and do some Pokemon raids. Naturally, Hannah catches everything. And even though I spun balls at everything, dude, they escaped. I think she sees what I'm trying to do with that. Yeah. Angel. Whatever. Number 4. I live in South Korea for 3 years, but I never learned too much of the language. A friend of mine is 100% Korean, but is very tall and was educated in America and New Zealand, so she has an American accent. Her co-workers at her school all assumed that she couldn't speak Korean, so they would talk mad shit about her constantly while she would listen on and feel terrible. She said nothing for a whole year until she had to speak at the end of the year ceremony. The school offered her someone to translate, but she refused, and in front of 800 or so students and faculty members, she delivered her address in perfect Korean. She subtly called out the co-workers that had spent an entire year calling her a foreign pig. Apparently one started crying from the shame of it. I wish I had gotten to see that. I wish I had gotten to see them commit suicide, you know what I'm talking about? But I don't think that kind of Japanese pride extends to the Koreans, where they just pull out a sword and be like, I have brought dishonor to my family. No longer will the shame of my family hang over the lineage of my tree like the falling dew from cherry blossom. I'm done. The falling dew from the cherry blossom. Emmy says, Emmy always Hemi. You're not gonna be Hemi. No. Legendary Fat Man says, I just pulled into a parking lot watching a guy playing Pokemon Go trying to take my gym. He played Pokemon Go. It was really weird though. Like, Hannah and I were just driving around trying to get shiny Magikarps, and then there was a Suicune near, so I just pull up straight up. I just pull up. I'm actually in this app that's like a messenger app for nerds, and they have a group in there that lets me know where people are, if people are like around for raids and shit like that. I wasn't even in the app. Excuse me. God, what is wrong with you? Oh. But as I pulled up, there were actually people out there, and there were people that I recognized from those raiding groups, and they were all like, all right, let's do it. And then I proceeded to not get a freaking Suicune that Hannah got. But you know what? I already got some. It ain't that big a deal. What the hell ever. What the hell ever. Why are you talking about Pokemon? As we roll up to number 3, Flemish guy here. Where the hell is Flemland? That sounds like a place where people just snort out their nose and lay it all over the streets, and then put a flag in that shit and go, welcome to Flemland. That is so rude. Thank God I don't know any Flemish people. Thank God that I'm not so popular that I can just say really stupid shit and get away with it, like, because I'm an idiot or like it's charming or something. Because if I had JonTron subscribers, I would be racist just like JonTron. JonTron racist, boy. But he's stupid too. Poor JonTron and the ignorance. He don't believe that racism is real. Sleepyhead says, I was drawing a disappointed Hanzo while Kyle did his Japanese accent. Oh man, what's something that Hanzo says? Vengeance. honor. And, you know, that's what he says. Okay, number 3. Flemish guy here, working as safari guide in Kruger area in South Africa. You sure it's not South America? One time, my boss asked me to go pick up a family of 4 at the Klazeri Reserve Gate, do an afternoon game drive with them, and drop them off again afterwards. Kyle starts to read fast when these things just start getting on his nerves. This was very uncommon normally, and we only do game drives with people that book a room in our lodge on the reserve. So I pick them up, introduce myself, and go over to the rules to them all in English. They reply in English, or at least the dad does. And normally I can pick up straight away if someone's from France, Belgium, Holland, or Germany. But his English was Oxford English, so I thought, English people. Off we went. 10 minutes into the game drive, I hear them speak in Flemish. And not only that, but in my own dialect. Side note, every Flemish town has a dialect. We can hear what region or province other Flemish people are from, and if from the same region, we can often even pinpoint the same little town or community they're from. So interesting. Ooh, wee. I was going to have fun with these folks. Found a few nice animal sightings, spoke English all the time, and then one sentence to the next switched to their dialect. I thought, now they're going to be surprised, but nope, we all kept chatting in Flemish now. Only 20 minutes later, the daughter, maybe 10 years old, goes, wait a minute, he speaks Flemish. After all had a good laugh, I asked them where they were from. They literally lived 1 street away from me. It's a small world, folks. In Africa. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I really gotta stop. That shit used to go make Kreen go crazy. I said Kreen again. I hate it when I say Kreen. Ooh. She would win. It's a good thing that Queen's not here to listen to my crap sometimes. Oh my god. Number 2. Said something like, you need to be careful when talking shit about someone in your native language. They might always be someone who understands you. In German, while I was in Italy. A woman was walking by and responded, like me, for example. Love it. Oh boy. Somebody said, that's quite funny of her. And then somebody else says, they're married now. We did it, Reddit. Oh my god. Shut up. Shut up. Guys, I want to thank you all for, you know, helping me find this thumbnail so I could put it in the list, you know. Just kidding. I did that on my own. The thumbnail doesn't even fit. I was looking for shocked pictures. But as you know it, Googling anything is a slippery slope into naked pictures of women. So I just, you know, I just try to not hate myself at the end of the day. And luckily, Emily helps me in that, and so does Hannah, so thank both of you. I want to thank Furfag, I want to thank Legendary Fat Man, I want to thank all of my incredible sponsors. Chuckster is now a sponsor, so I've added him towards the bottom right. Believe in him. Do what?
Have you added
Michael Palermo has become a sponsor. I didn't know. I'm going to put him in there. Thank you, Michael P. I want to thank my patrons. You guys are unbelievable. You guys are unstoppable as usual. Well, mainly I just want you all to know that I'm appreciative of you guys showing up on so frequent a basis, and I'm glad that you could all be here. I expected to be gone for what, like 2 days? I think yesterday I managed to get a video out, even if it wasn't at the normal time. It was just, you know, an earlier stream, but still made it happen. And I've got other things that I'm working on. What is this? Coworker is pissed I posted this to his text to Reddit. You fucking bitch posting my shit on Reddit for all those pussy faggot mouth breathers to read shit and talk to me. Okay, hold on. gotta establish some mouth breathing. LMAO. I'd love to see those pussies talk shit to my face, fight me, or even compare IQ tests. I guarantee they wouldn't be laughing then. And just wait until I get to work tomorrow and report this shit to Hannah. Shut up. I looked over at Hannah and she was making the Mr. Burns hands. You're an idiot.
No.
You're so stupid.
Don't look at me then.
I can easily take your bitch ass to court. Okay. Oh my god, you know how easy it is to find material for the bar exam? I know my rights and know your legal weaknesses. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god, you should have seen her fingers though, they were straight Mr. Burns. Terry Crews says Russell Simmons asked him to give target of sexual assault allegations a pass. Who's Russell Simmons? Why is this not safe for work? I think I don't want a coffee now. Oh, I saw that earlier. So guys, as we travel back to read number 1, you know how it is. Said something like, you need to be careful when talking shit about someone in your, whoa, it's number 2, you bitch. Number 1, I'm American but can read and speak Russian on an intermediate level. A few years ago while visiting St. Petersburg, I was buying tickets for the hydrofoil to Peterhof. All the signs at the ticket booth were in Russian, and I could read the ticket prices. The ticket agent assumed I didn't know Russian and tried to tell me the ticket cost 3 times more than the stated price. I looked her right in the eye and said in Russian, I see on the board here that the ticket I want is X rubles. Her jaw dropped, and the ticket agent sitting next to her started laughing her ass off, but the look on her face. Ladies and gentlemen, somehow we've reached the end of this list. And since Emmy actually did do something above and beyond, I feel like I should go devour it. I feel better this time that it's not just going to be me fattening myself up with all of it, because I can use Hannah like a garbage disposal after I get what would be a normal amount, a normal serving size, so to speak. And then guys, we're gonna be cranking it out tomorrow in a big way. I want to get back to doing some daytime streams. Guys, what would y'all? Just drop my damn phone. Doesn't matter, nobody texts me anyway. God.
Stop lying.
Who texts me, Hannah?
Yeah, they mostly snap you.
Who snaps me, Hannah, with you here?
Emily and Faith, and I've seen a lot of other names too.
What other names?
Fat Man and Lexeus and...
That's only when I go, hey, Lexeus, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And he is amazing. Lexeus, special shout out. Because Lexeus made that, he made, what did he do? No, I still haven't gotten the fan. I need to just buy the fan.
Yeah, just buy the fan.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I need to just buy that fucking fan. No, he got me the shower head, yeah, which I tried out, and that was nice. And the camera, which I have yet to install. My man, Lexeus. Thank you again, Legendary Fat Man. Thank you again, Furfag. Thank you again, Emily. You guys are always making such wonderful things happen. And putting a smile on my face when, you know, I'm looking at that noose and I'm thinking, you know, not today, just like Mo Sizzlax. Faith says, I text you, Kyle. Good, Faith. We need to play more tomorrow. I was trying to play Destiny today. I was thinking about how much I hate that game. My God. But when we all do it together, then things will make more sense. And we can go from there. So I love you. Yeah, guys, expect us to do stuff tomorrow. Emily, you know, South Park. I need to finish at what Emily wrote for me, because Emily wrote some serial killer shit. That's pretty dank. And you guys will see me soon. Let's take one quick look. I mean, we just did. We just took a quick look at the front page of Reddit here. And there wasn't really much popping off. Interesting, interesting. It's common for babies to fall asleep and wake up in different locations all of the time, but as an adult, the idea of that happening is terrifying. How is that even a thought? You know? How is that even worth iterating? Alright guys, yeah, we'll talk soon. What the hell's going on in this? It looks so... where's the rest of it? Oh my god, ew, ew. Ew. Oh shit! Oh shit, y'all! Yeah, that's what we're waiting for. That'll send you to bed, guys. Yeah, you're welcome. If you have a problem with that, go ahead and snap me about it. Talk to you guys soon. Oh yeah. Hold on, I need to send that to people in case they need it. Copy image address. That is my gift to you guys. Well, well, well. You know? Don't thank me all at once. Don't thank me all at once. Oh my god. Do you think that there's like a little bit of Wolverine inspiration in there?
That's what I'm thinking. Because I definitely have a feel of Wolverine vibe.
Retro Gecko said beautiful. Beautiful.
You're beautiful.
What woman could resist? What was the name of that guy? Emily sent me this dude once that was trying to get with like young Starbucks girls.
Oh, jeez.
Old guy, Starbucks girl. God, what's this guy's name? Come on, give me the guy's name. Lucas Werner. Yeah. Oh, this guy's really the gift that keeps on giving. I don't even know. He's still making videos? $1,000 in a dinner? Is he like inviting bitches out to see him and shit? Oh my god. Okay guys, yeah, I'm gonna let you go, but oh my god. No, stop. $1,000 is a lot to a teenager. He knows what he's doing. Oh my god. Yo, I'll see y'all later, man. Holy shit. Oh my god.